Hi guys. A lot of my friends requested that I do a makeup tutorial of my everyday makeup look or something. I don't know. Basta. They asked for a tutorial. I tried to make one. It took quite some time before I was able to upload this because I ran into a lot of difficulties. One was a lot of the files of the videos kept getting corrupted. And the other one, the one that I posted on Facebook, the screenshots I posted on Facebook, kasi naman, masyado ako ambisyosa, feeling ko marunong ako mag-edit. It was too much, it was too long. So, I made a new one that's a bit more, like, me just talking to you guys and not so fancy and masyadong feeling it. Yeah, so I hope you guys learned something from this tutorial. Before anything else, I am not a professional makeup artist. Everything I know is just from YouTube or from watching other people do their makeup. Yeah, and I know that you guys would probably have different preferences, and this is just me and my makeup routine, and yeah, I guess it's good to go. Have fun. Okay, so first things first is I would usually start my routine with applying my sunscreen or my moisturizer, and that I won't be doing now since I'm not really going out, but that is the important step. So others would prefer to use a primer. I really don't use a primer for my everyday look. I'd usually just go in with my BB cream since it's not too heavy. It's just good enough since I'm living in the Philippines, and the moisture here is real. So the BB cream I'm using is the Maybelline's Clear Smooth All-in-One BB. This is in the shade Natural. I would suggest that before you go in and start buying the same product as I'm using, is check your skin type first, and of course your skin tone. Please, please check your skin tone properly. Match it with your face, not on the back of your hand. This is quite a trend for Filipinos. I've seen this so many times, that your face is a different race from your neck. So I'm just gonna go in with my BB cream with my fingers, just people would actually prefer to use a sponge or a brush for applying their BB creams. I just prefer to use my hands since BB creams are really light and the sponges tend to soak up most of the product. Okay, so once you're done with that, I am going in now with my concealer, and this is from City Color. This is City Color's Cheat and Go concealer in the shade Light. So this is basically 1 to 2 shades lighter than my own skin tone. I'll be applying this in inverted triangular shape at the bottom of my eyes and on my T-zone, on the sides of my chin, and all the other dark spots on my face, and on any areas that I would like to spot treat. So basically your blemishes or acne marks or whatever. I'm just going in with this. I'll be going in with a blending brush to blend out all the products. You have an assortment of blending brushes available. I got mine from Daiso. I have these two. This one has the shape from Real Techniques, I guess. The one with the flat edge. And this is also from Daiso. They're both 88 pesos. If you have the budget for it, you could get the actual beauty blender, but I don't. I'm a college student. I don't have any money to buy whatever I want. Now, when you're blending in your product with your beauty blender, make sure to pat the product in and not wipe it around. When you're wiping it around, you're just going to be moving the product around instead of having it settle on your face, and it tends to create streaks. If you prefer to use brushes, that's also okay. It's all in preference. Now, once you are done with blending, just make sure that everything is blended in well. Nothing is too light or whatever. Unless you prefer that, then I can go ahead, whatever you prefer. Okay, now just make sure everything is blended in well. If you have to go in back to some areas that weren't blended properly, just do so. If you aren't really used to blending with a beauty blender, if it's your first time or something like that, it's really gonna take a lot of practice to get used to. It might take up a lot of time. That's fine. Everything is in practice. You just have to keep practicing. Okay, so this is the step that a lot of people usually forget to do. It's to blend your product all the way to your neck. So if you're applying foundation to your face, or liquid foundation, cream foundation, or powder foundation, or BB cream, whatever, blend it down your neck so that the color is cohesive. It's not cut on your neck. Okay, so next step now would be to set this concealer and BB cream on my face. I'll be using Maybelline's Clear Smooth All-in-One cake powder. Yeah, but it's powder foundation. So a lot of women have this in their makeup kits. It's quite common. It's affordable. It's an okay quality powder foundation. Usually, I wouldn't be using powder foundation to set my makeup. I would prefer to have a translucent powder, because if you use a powder foundation on top of your liquid foundation, it's going to cake up like mad. But now I don't really have a translucent one, so I'm just gonna go in with this. It works for my everyday makeup. I'm using a dry beauty blender to apply the powder to my face. You could use a big fluffy brush like this one, or a kabuki brush, whichever you prefer. Actually, I'd be using both the beauty blender and the powder brush. I'll just be using the beauty blender to pack on the product heavily on some areas on my face where it tends to sweat a lot. Under my forehead, under my eyes, to set that concealer in well, on the sides of my chin and on the sides of my nose. And everywhere else, I'll be using my fluffy brush, my powder brush. Okay, now once you've set all of your foundation and concealer down with your powder, I'm gonna go in now with my contour. And I'll be using City Colors Contour 2 palette. So this consists of contour shade, bronzing shade, and a highlighter. It's not really that hard to pick a contour shade. Usually it would be a brown, but I would really prefer to use a contour shade that has grayish undertones compared to red undertones. There are a lot of contour palettes or bronzers that have that, so I think most people should be careful of that, because a bronzer with a red undertone doesn't really look nice. It doesn't emulate the shadows on your face. So when you're contouring, I'll be using an angled blush brush. This is from Claire's. You have to hit 3 points in your face. Not necessarily, this still has to follow the shape of your face, but for me, this is what I usually do. I would contour underneath my cheekbones, the temples, and underneath my jawline. So I'll be applying product on these 3 points, and I'll be blending them in with whatever product is left on my brush. Sometimes I would extend my temple contour all the way to my forehead, because sometimes I feel like my forehead is too big, so I just apply that all the way to the top. The trick to contour is always remembering the line that less is more. You could always start adding a little bit of product on your face, and if you think it's not enough or it's not dramatic enough, you could just keep adding more. It's always easier to add more product on your face than it is to remove it. If you make a mistake with your contour and you have to erase it, you're also going to be damaging all the bases that you've had underneath, which is foundation, your concealer, and your setting powder. Okay, now once you're done with your blending, with your contours, I'm now going to go in with my blush on, and this is from BH Cosmetics Tulip Blush Duo. I don't know if I want to show the camera, it's kind of almost done. I've hit the pan really hard. So anyway, I'm going to go in with a blush brush, and I'm just going to apply this on the apples of my cheeks, which is this area. Sometimes I would extend it from here to here, just to make it look a bit more natural. Once you're done with your blush, I'll be stopping for a moment from doing my face, and I will be moving on to this general area here, and I'll zoom you in. Disgusting. Oh, where are my eyebrows? So now for brows, since I really don't have a lot of brows, I tend to overdraw my brows, but for most people, I would advise them to just follow the natural shape of your brows, just shade it in lightly, don't do too much. So I'm going in with my eyebrow pencil. This is from Me Now. I think they're the same people who made Kiss Proof. Yeah, I think. And just my spoolies. And to top that off, I'll be going in with a brown mascara. So if you have your brow gel, you can also use that, or brow wax. I just feel that it's a bit too heavy for my brows, but the mascara formulation is just fine. Or you could use a clear mascara. This one is from Essence Beach Cruisers, yeah, whatever. It's clear mascara. Okay, so when I do my brows, first step would usually be to trace the bottom part of my brows, to just trace this area right here, and also for the top side, doing it on both sides. That creates an outline for my brows, and I won't be filling in this area here with an eye pencil. I'll only be filling halfway from this area down, and I'll also be extending the tip of my brow just to frame my face a little bit better. Once I'm done drawing on my eyebrows and I've set it with a clear mascara, I'm going back in with my Maybelline Pressed Foundation, and I'll just be taking this big flat brush, and I'll be lining on the bottom of my... Now once you're done drawing on your eyebrows and I've set it with my clear mascara, I'm going with my Maybelline Pressed Foundation and taking this flat brush, and I'm just going to outline the bottom part of my eyebrows with powder just to give it a cleaner edge. This also makes your eyebrows look more defined. Some people would actually go in with concealer, but I just prefer to use powder since it isn't as heavy on the face as is with concealer. And once you've done that, everything is set with your eyebrow area. I'm now going to move on to my eyeshadow. So first things first is I'm going to be going back in again with my Maybelline Pressed Foundation, and I'll be applying the powder all over my lid area. So some would be using a primer for this, but this is just an everyday look for me. I want to wear to go to school or wherever that's not too fancy. I will just stick with this. All I really need to do is to cover the discoloration on my eyelid area, just so the eyeshadows would appear more vibrant and the true colors of the eyeshadow would appear instead of it looking a bit darker, a bit duller. Prepped my eye area for application. I am going to go in with another flat brush, a smaller flat brush, and I'll be using at least 3 to 4 eyeshadows for my daily look. I'm starting out with my transition shade, which is a bit, it's a mixture of an orange and a brown tone, since I really haven't found the perfect transition shade for my skin tone. This shade is basically used to help your eyeshadow to look more naturally transitioned and blended to your skin, rather than it just being there, just being put there. It looks more blended. It's a bit cleaner. After that, I'll be going in with several browns just to make it darker and a bit more dramatic, just a bit. So I'll be using this orange color, mixing it with this brown color. Again, this is more I'll be using at least 3 brushes for this look. The other 2 to apply the other colors with, and 1 is my blending brush. Always use a different brush to apply your eyeshadow and a different brush to blend it in, so you wouldn't be ending up with a muddy eyeshadow look. Now I'm going in with a smaller flat brush, and I'm going to go in with this dark brown right here. So I'll be using this to line the bottom of my eyes, but I'm only going in halfway. This gives the illusion of larger eyes. From this point, I'd usually just be okay with this, but sometimes I would also like to add a bit more of drama, and I would be applying a bit more darker eyeshadows on the outer V of my eye. Using the same dark brown shade that I used to line the bottom of my eyes. Now once I'm done with my eyeshadow look, I'm going to go in with my eyeliner. So this is from Revlon, and this is a felt tip liner. You could use either the other kind of liquid liner that has a longer tip. Has a longer handle, and basta isa. Whatever that is, the other kind of liquid liner. Or you could use a pencil or a gel liner. It's all up to you. This is just what's easier for me to use. It's really quick and efficient. So I usually don't do my eyeliner the conventional way, which is starting from your eyelids and making a wing. I'd start from the wing and then go in. It just helps me to perfect that wing before I even start drawing on my eyelids. Since I don't have even eyelids, I usually would have to adjust. So I guess this eyeliner look seems a bit too dramatic for an everyday look, but this is my everyday eyeliner look. I love my eyeliner. Sorry. Done with my eyeliner. I know it's a bit, it's a lot. It's a bit dramatic, but this is my daily look. I'm just gonna go in with
More eyeshadow, I guess, just to intensify this here.
I don't know. I'll just like to adjust my look as I'm making it, but just a little bit of tweaks. And now I'm done with this. I'm moving on to my lashes, which is quite basic. You just take your curler and then just apply mascara. That's about it. I don't really use falsies for an everyday look. It's a bit too much, but that's just me. If you would like to use falsies, then please do so. Go ahead. I'm also not that blessed in the eyelash department. Now moving on, I'm gonna go in with my nose contour. Now the trick here is to either use the same shade I used for my contour or just go in with a brownish gray shade like this one. Make sure that you're using a shade that hasn't any shimmer in it, or else it will just look weird. Okay, now once I'm done with the general eye area, eyeshadow, eyebrows, mascara, and eyeliner, I'll be moving on to my favorite step, which is highlight. So as you can see, I didn't apply my lid and brow bone highlight because I just like to apply it all in one go. It's really liberating for me to apply a lot of highlight in one go. So for my cheekbone, and for my face area, I'll be using a fan brush, or you could use your fingers. And I'll only be applying this to the high points of my face. Just here. Okay, now highlight is also done. Now for the last step of the look is it's gonna be my lip liner and my liquid lip or lipstick. So I'm gonna be using True Lips lip liner pencil. I just saw this online. I got this at Green Hills for 120 pesos. But did you know? I saw this in DV. You could get a pack of these in different shades for 120 pesos. Ripped, yeah, the ripped. So this is a nude pinkish shade, and I'll be using my liquid lip. This is ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip. This is in the shade Trap. So this is just a nudish grayish tone. Perfect for an everyday look. So beforehand, before I applied all of my makeup, I actually applied Vaseline on my lips, and I just removed it before I started adding on my lip liner. Okay, so that is it for my everyday makeup look. I guess it might be a bit too heavy for some people, maybe a lot of product for some, but again, this is the look that a lot of my friends have requested, just my everyday makeup look. I'm planning to do a few more tutorials after this. Some tutorials that would be more detailed, like a detailed foundation look, or a detailed foundation routine, a detailed eyeshadow routine, and all that stuff. Different techniques that I use when I'm blending and contouring and blah blah blah, all that stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. And sorry it took a long time to have this video done. Yeah, that's it. Good luck.